Can't do it, can't hate it, Norm Macdonald's the greatest. Call me crazy, but I have a certain affinity for Norm Macdonald's perhaps delivery-specific non-punchlines. Can't imagine why.
Now, but Bob has a beautiful face, like a flower. Yeah, cauliflower. No offense, but your face looks like a cauliflower.
And if you don't think that's the greatest joke ever told, we just can't be friends.
Some people get typecast as smartasses, or valley girls, or sassy grandmas. Norm Macdonald seems to be pigeonholed as a talking dog. Granted, 99% of those are awful Dr. Dolittle sequels, but that's still a really niche subgenre to be wedged into. The other 1% is Vampire Dog.
Do I need to explain what this one's about?
This movie is pretty much the horrible amalgamation of several non-connecting ideas that someone thought kids might like.
Vampires are popular, and so are dogs. My God, I have it.
In spooky Transylvania, we peer in on this modern house as this woman inside, I don't know, mixes up potions. Sounds like something a Transylvanian would do. I half expect her to have made that jello with a mortar and pestle. But ruh-roh, that's when Vampire Dog comes in and eats some of it in fast motion.
So she was just making more jello in the living room? Why didn't she just make it all in the same place? Who needs that much jello anyway? Why did he run away just to come back for 2 seconds?
Vampire Dog doesn't drink blood, he eats red jello. Because it's red. So what makes him a vampire, you say?
Nothing. Nothing makes him a vampire.
He goes back home to his owner, this old dude. Why can't he make him red jello? Seems like that incident with the lady at her house was fairly preventable. Hold it in, hold it in. Old man Transylvania here drones depressingly about how someday he'll be dead and Vampire Dog will be alone. For what is the one certainty in life but death? Except, of course, if you're a jello-eating immortal abomination like Vampire Dog, cursed to outlive anyone he ever loves.
Still watching, kids? I've got more! Did he just die?
Lugosi County, get it?
You okay?
Being the new kid sucks.
Whoa, this one's gonna be original!
This is Ace, because the writer couldn't decide between calling him that, Chip, or Scooter, and just went with the first alphabetically. Ace's mom explains that they moved here because the superintendent of Lugosi Public School asked her to help the music program. The school is going to be shut down otherwise, but if the music program is improved, it'll become a fine arts school.
So already I have many burning questions.
Why is she explaining all of this to her son now? Did he not ask why they were moving until they were unpacking at the new house? Why would they pack up and move to a school where she might not even have a job soon? Legally, there would need to be a public school in the area, so I assume there's a backup school somewhere, especially if they plan on converting the school anyway. And speaking of which, why would they turn this place into a fine arts school only if the music program was improved? You realize you'd need more than one class to qualify this as a fine arts school, right? And if they do have other classes that are doing just fine, why is it going to be shut down at all? Isn't music an elective anyway? Couldn't they just cut the shitty music program? Why is this a load-bearing music class? Is this how public schools work? It's not how mine worked.
No.
The next day, Ace asks his mother if he can walk to school rather than ride with her.
I just don't want to embarrass you.
Why would you embarrass me?
Well, you're the music teacher, and I can't play in front of people.
Hey, that nerd looks like a kid who can't play in front of people!
That's just great, late on the first day.
His mom can't even show up to work on time? The school is saved!
Well, that was just terrible.
I hear real potential in this class.
You're probably the only one.
It's great when there's one out-of-place character who doesn't care just as much as the audience.
By the way, that's the principal. But why is the school shutting down? Things are about to go comically wrong, though, when the principal asks Ace to play his drums for the class.
Why are you laughing at him? Your principal just got hit in the dick.
Epic fail, bro.
I am the most relatable kid ever!
Oh my god.
Becky, look at her butt.
These characters confuse me. They make fun of Ace for being the music teacher's son, but they hang around love interest girl even though she wears glasses and likes science? I don't think you guys are fully committed to this stereotype.
Studying? OMG. LOL.
WTF, BBQ, M&M.
Excuse me? You do not get to do the Valley Girl voice.
It's the return of Jenny Perfect!
I know, I'm like your best remembered character. Are you doing a review?
Oh, hey Jenny Perfect. Yeah, this is a really bad movie. Do you want to review it with me?
As if. I've got cheerleader things to do. You are such a loser.
Man, you sure were blue back then.
Anyway, I just came to tell you how much of a loser you are for watching this movie. FTL. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some cheerleading to do. Ta!
Oh my god, I didn't see her! She's dead! There's blood everywhere! Anyway, love interest girl leaves with her bitchy friends to prove she isn't a geek. How did they all know to pull that video up at the same time? And oh no! Someone uploaded it to the not copyright infringing Puke Green YouTubes! Music mishap! La 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 la, 30,000 views!
Your principal got hit in the dick!
Epic fail, son.
Look, over 30,000 views.
Thought I was joking, didn't ya?
Your principal got hit in the dick!
After stewing in his epic fail, his mother informs him that his grandfather he's never met has passed away and is sending him his dog. Mere seconds after she tells him this, that's when Vampire Dog is delivered to their door. That's timing.
Hey!
Yeah, sure, you wouldn't have to sign for that.
That's illegal!
You're not going to believe my latest development in anti-aging technology.
Who are you talking to?
Frank, get out of there!
Yeah, the vampire dog portion of the film, tolerably dumb. This is the part that's just fucking stupid.
Our villains are Dr. Warhol and her assistant Frank, because the plot about the music program just wasn't enough for this film. Dr. Warhol is trying to sell anti-aging cream, while her assistant will spout off absolute bottom-of-the-barrel non-humor. Such as stating the obvious, or explaining anything that might be a joke so that it's no longer a joke anymore.
Don't mix it with water, it's unstable.
Did she just blow up his face?
And in a strange narrative non sequitur, Dr. Warhol opens up yet another not YouTube and magically stumbles upon a Transylvanian news story about a vampire dog. And as we all know, YouTube always has news stories from Transylvania where everyone is speaking English.
I need that dog. I need the DNA of a vampire dog to perfect my anti-aging formula. That's step 1 of my comeback plan.
Ugh, can't do it. Too stupid. Bye.
Look, if you don't really have an anti-aging formula, just find another product to shill. Hey, you know what you could make more money at? Proving that a fucking vampire dog exists. I saw this other video on YouTube about a werewolf koala bear in Australia. Get it for me. Maybe we should check our sources before... This is all part of my plan.
Kilmore Cosmetics has ordered 2 million units of getaway wrinkles. If we don't make good on that order, we're, how shall I put this, dead.
Why did they order 2 million units of a product they haven't even seen?
I won't bother you if you won't bother me. Want to shake on it?
Never have I seen a fart joke not land that hard. It's floating in the ether, just above the ground, an unattainable level of flatulent failure. You might say, it's an epic fail, bro.
The old man who used to own the vampire dog is now deceased, and he has relatives who live in this house. He sent them the vampire dog.
Uh-huh.
If anyone had actually bothered to read this Swiss cheese of a script, they might find themselves wondering how any of that works. First of all, the entire clip they watched on YouTube was a woman in a non-specific part of Transylvania talking about a nondescriptive dog eating all of her jello. I have absolutely no idea how this assistant, who is supposedly a complete moron, found out what dog in all of Transylvania it was and who owned him at the time. They never explain how any of this was found out, he just states it and it isn't questioned. Secondly, pretending these are the old man's only relatives, why did he assume they were sent the dog? What if the dog just went to a shelter?
You guys realize you could have saved yourself some contrived writing if you just had the dog sneak out and steal jello from them, right?
In order to clunkily make these two plots coincide, Dr. Warhol reveals that she plans on building a facility for rich people who want to look young and beautiful in place of the school once it shuts down. This is what she calls part 2 of her plan. So apparently there's some advantage to building in that particular area that I'm unaware of. Again, I think if you discovered a vampire dog, you could probably afford to build wherever the hell you want. Or, assuming we go with her dumbass plan and she creates a super anti-wrinkle cream using vampire dog DNA, she would still be incredibly rich and famous, and again, could build wherever the hell she wanted to. No, I have to shut down this public school in the middle of nowhere suburbia, and rich people will flock to me. It's all according to my plan.
We'll charge an arm and a leg for our services.
Literally.
No, not literally, you dunce.
Somewhere out there, a 5-year-old is saying, "Yeah, Mom, can we watch the news instead?"
Let's get out of here.
What? I thought they were breaking in.
Oh my god, these kids have nothing in their lives!
Look, I was never in band, but since when does When the Saints Go Marching In include maracas, a guitar, and the triangle? Ace's mom is turning out to be a really shitty music teacher. No wonder they can't read the sheet music. They've covered it with pictures of Ace falling over.
Your principal was hit in the... Do you kids have no appreciation for the humor of genital injury?
You finally gonna tell them how much they suck?
I love you, Principal No Fucks.
The only good character in the film informs the students that the school will be closed by the end of the year, because apparently he's just going from class to class announcing this instead of using the speakers. Ace's mom states that no, they might actually stay open if they win the Battle of the Bands, because then the school will be declared a charter school and have to stay open.
What?
This isn't how any of this works!
Your principal was hit in the dick!
What do you need?
Jelly?
What?
Do you have any red jelly?
Jell. Oh no, we were sued for copyright infringement.
Let's hope for red jelly. Come on, red jelly. Looking for some cherry jelly now.
Okay, I know the reason why they don't call it Jell-O, but it doesn't mean it doesn't come off strange that everyone refers to it as jelly in this movie. If you're in the US or Canada, that's not what jelly is. And you can add that to the short but sensible list of why you don't make Jell-O one of the focal points of your vampire film. And for real, he only eats red Jell-O. He won't eat other colors, even if his life depends on it.
It's my mom. She's home. Don't talk in front of her, okay?
Why not?
So even though they've already established that Vampire Dog can't go out in direct sunlight, they immediately go out for a walk right in the fucking sun. This dog should be ablaze and 2/3 of the way to hell by now. Vampire Dog explains that he was left to Ace because he was next in line to be his caretaker. Way back in the day, Ace's ancestor fought Vlad the Impaler, who was a vampire. When Vlad attempted to bite him, Vampire Dog jumped in the way and became a vampire. Okay, his name is Fang, but I'm gonna keep calling him Vampire Dog. So in return for Ace being his caretaker, he'll be his protector. But he's got to feed him red jelly, or he'll die.
I have to tell you, I am not that easy to take care of sometimes.
You're a super-powered vampire dog who will protect him as long as he keeps you out of the sun and gives you red Jell-O. That's easier to do than taking care of a real dog.
Here, try breathing in that bag.
Oh, dude, did you have have to give me the poop bag?
You were the one who put his shit in there. I don't know what you expected.
Vampire Dog helps him clean his room. So wacky! And to be fair, some of the dialogue is kind of funny. Believe me though, Norm Macdonald is carrying this thing completely. In reality, this is how their conversations would go. You're a vampire dog, so cool!
Biscuit, biscuit, biscuit!
Biscuits.
Oh.
My custom-made collapsible coffin.
That's not what collapsible means. What was the point of that?
I'm in.
Aw, that's embarrassing.
I mean this performance.
Oh no. Oh.
What was any of that equipment for?
Why this? Just why?
This is followed by a makeover scene where Vampire Dog helps Ace to dress cooler. This isn't any different than his normal clothes. In fact, this is all stuff from his own closet. If the reward for being cursed to care for a vampire dog till your dying day is cleaning your room faster and unhelpful fashion advice, you need to get out of state quick. The bitchy girls show up to make fun of Ace at school. They explain that they're doing the Battle of the Bands because they'll get in the newspaper, get discovered, and land a record deal. Most talent scouts look at the local newspapers for shitty middle school bands so they can sign a contract with them. In the meantime, Dr. Warhol shows up to bribe the principal. If he helps sink this school, she'll hire him at her new beauty facility for 4 times the pay. Their ingenious scheme is underway. The time of the Vampire Dog anti-aging formula is at hand. So apparently Ace has been sneaking Vampire Dog into school every day for 3 weeks so we can give him red jello at lunch. This is the most easily solved problem in the universe. Hell, he could just ask his mom to buy some. What if the school cafeteria didn't have jello that day? What if it were a different color? Why doesn't Ace's mother wonder where their dog has been every day for a month?
I heard you were early today.
Why is this newsworthy?
It's jelly time.
I'm gonna look that up, and if that doesn't have 30,000 views too, I'm gonna be pissed.
Love interest girl hears Vampire Dog talking in Ace's bag because one of the great mysteries of this film is how this stupid shit ever stayed hidden or alive for this long. At first, she thinks Ace is just throwing his voice to trick her. Yeah, I don't know if you can remember as far back as lunch, but you saw the dog run at superhuman speeds, steal all of the jello, and hypnotize someone into pouring milkshake on his dick. But now she's in on the secret. Boy howdy. While this is going on, Dr. Warhol and Frank buy all of the jello from the store, so the Vampire Dog will have to come to them. Oh, sorry, did I say jello? I meant tubby jelly.
Tubby jelly.
Sure, the town's small enough that you can apparently buy out its entire supply of jello, but I'm sure that beauty spa you want to open up will do spectacularly.
Just once, I'd like to be like a real dog. Play in the sun, nap in the sun, poop in the sun. Let's go to the park.
How is that not the sun?
Okay, so get ready for this. We actually do get an explanation for why Vampire Dog eats jello, but rather than give a satisfactory answer here that clears anything up, they instead open a whole new can of worms. Before jello was invented, Vampire Dog would eat antlers, hooves, etc., and Love Interest Girl comes to the conclusion that Vampire Dog needs collagen to live. So let me point out a few flaws here. Flaw number 1. Yes, there is absolutely no fucking reason the jello needs to be red. Flaw number 2. If he can eat hooves and antlers and shit, he's basically resigning himself to death by being a picky eater. And flaw number 3. Here is a short list of easy-to-obtain products that contain collagen. Kale, soybeans, cucumbers, beets, salmon, cantaloupe, avocados, almonds, blueberries, olives, chicken, eggs, and 1,000 other things. For instance, bones contain collagen, and that's something normal dogs chew on. Basically, they might as well have said he needs calories to live and pretended he could only find them in pudding.
Your dog face.
In order to protect Vampire Dog from the sun, they give him this ridiculous hoodie to wear. I'm not sure what's worse, the fact that we've seen him in the sun multiple times and he's been fine, or that in the almost 600 years he's been alive, he'd never thought of that. A coat? What a strange concept!
A jelly shortage? What's next? The apocalypse?
Yes, the apocalypse is next. Please just get to the point.
Is there any jelly?
No jelly.
No jelly?
No jelly.
No jelly.
No jelly.
No jelly.
You just found out he needed collagen! Just give him something else! The bad guys are about to catch Vampire Dog with their trap when the custodian nabs him.
No, give me my dog.
He's mine.
He's going to the pound.
What? Love interest girl did some science stuff and determined that Vampire Dog is merely allergic to the sun, so all he has to do is take allergy medicine and he'll be fine. He's as much a vampire as I'm a member of the Wu-Tang Clan.
May I ask who's calling, please?
It's Fang. I'm stuck at the animal shelter. You need to tell Ace to come get me.
Why would he think that would work?
Somebody made a prank call pretending to be Fang. I'm heading to school.
Well, I guess it's convenient she clunkily threw that out there. Even though Ace knew he'd die if he stayed there anyway, and all of that was pointless.
Nice doggies.
Why are there horses in there?
So Vampire Dog hypnotizes the bad guys as Ace and his girlfriend show up to rescue him. There is never any point in this movie where you feel anything is at stake. Like everything in this movie, things move forward through a series of ridiculous assumptions. Dr. Warhol assumes the kids aren't clever enough to go home, so they must be going to the Battle of the Bands. How is going back home clever? Why would they go to the Battle of the Bands? But they do.
That's not a band!
I think this is the point where we call the police.
Why didn't you do this before? While the Battle of the Bands is going on, the principal reveals the Bitchy Girls band was cheating with an automated drum system and thus disqualified. Great music teacher there, glad she noticed that.
So far this evening, Lugosi's musicianship has been exemplary. But the fact is, the band in question is now unable to compete.
So what if another band from their school won?
Ace volunteers to drum, seemingly having forgotten about the two people trying to steal his dog at this very moment. Woo! Best generic middle school band ever!
Let's get out of here. We'll grab him on their way out.
We had a complaint of a couple weirdos chasing some kids.
I only assume it's the first two people I saw. You're under arrest for watching the Battle of the Bands and being creepy. Thus, the school is saved, and Vampire Dog gets to run in the sun like we've seen him do many, many times in the movie already.
The end.
Vampire Dog is the lowest common denominator kiddie fare. It makes very little sense when you think about it, and none of the plot can really move forward unless you ignore obvious things or make some huge leaps of logic. On the plus side, some of the improv stuff is pretty funny, and the actors are competent, so it's not completely unwatchable. In fact, a kid would probably enjoy this. But there are better children's films out there that don't talk down to the audience quite so much.
Next time, let's talk about something more of you will be familiar with.
He's a wolf in teens clothing. And tonight is his night to howl. Teen Wolf, a new comedy with Michael J. Fox, star of Back to the Future.
You do not get to do the Valley Girl voice. Oh my god. My neighbors are